Hi everyone. So I wanted to clear something up because I'm pretty sure I made a mistake the last episode. I said something about a shower curtain that's hanging at the entrance to my room. It's not a shower curtain. I mean, I'm not classy, but it's not a shower curtain. It's just a regular curtain. I was talking about the shower rod, or it's a curtain rod. It's one of the two, probably a shower rod, but there's no shower curtain. And the other thing, a couple of episodes ago, I remember what I was going to say. Does anybody do this or know if there's a term for this? Where, for me, every single time without fail, when I meet somebody for the first time, if I do not like them, and it's always because of a personality thing, if I don't like them, I end up liking them a few weeks or a few months later. And then that's it. And then the opposite's true too. If I meet somebody and I do like them a few weeks or a few months later, I won't. I think I said that properly. Yeah, so does anybody else do this, or do you know, like, is this an autistic thing? Is this anything? I've never met anybody that says that this happens to them. And so this is just another plea for, hey, is there anybody else out there like me? But yeah, this is going to be a short episode because I can't believe I'm getting ready to talk about this, but this might make the podcast take a turn for the worse. Unless it has already, and I'm just talking to myself. Maybe it already took a turn for the worse and I just don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and just say this out loud. So this is about the Golden Bachelor. Please forgive my ignorance. I don't know how technology works most of the time. And I don't know, like, if like Hulu, if that can be streamed in other countries or just America. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I did do that. Oh, shit. Oh, well, but yeah, I don't know if anybody in other countries can access like Showtime or Hulu. I mean, I know they can for like Netflix. So like, forgive my ignorance if I'm talking about shows and it sounds like I'm only talking to like an American audience. That's not my intention. I just don't think about stuff like that. And I did just now, so I wanted to say it out loud. But anyways, I have a penchant for reality TV, and it really shouldn't be called reality TV because some of it's scripted and a lot of the situations are set up by producers to create drama and conflict. So I am aware of that when I go into these shows, but I wanted to just touch on something that the Golden Bachelor does that I haven't seen before, and that's have a show about older people, like in their 60s, 70s, unless there's already shows like that and I just don't know about them, but I would think that I would have heard about them. I mean, the season's almost over with. I'm not giving away any, like, what do you call those? Oh, the word just left me. Oh my God, my talking and my memory sucks already and it's Monday. Oh, I should just say real quick, this is a tangent. So like I went to go for a drive this morning, just, because I don't go out a whole lot. But I do like the car to like stay working. So I went out and it's the first like really cold day and it was like 25 degrees out and I had already warmed my car up from the inside, but I didn't wait long enough. And so when I got in the car, it was still frozen, like the windshield and the stuff. So like I turned the heat up and stuff started to defrost and I went to roll my driver's window down to clear like the stuff that was melting and it just wouldn't roll back up all the way. And this freaking window has been giving me issues for years. And basically I just do enough to make the issue go away. Like I go to like Safelite or whatever that company is, and they don't really do a good job because I pay them to fix it and then it like breaks. But so like my 5-minute drive turned into 20 minutes because I'm driving around with the window like almost all the way down. It's freezing cold. People are probably like, why the hell has that person got a window down? And it's so cold outside. And I'm just driving around hoping the car warms up enough so that the window will go back up. So after like 10 minutes, the car's warm and I click the thing to make the window go up, and it goes up and down and then up and down and then down a little bit and then back up, but not all the way up. And so my goal is to figure out where can I park this car to figure this shit out without anybody witnessing me messing with a window. Like, it's just so embarrassing. Like, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, look at that. Like, I know it's not a big deal, but to me, it's just so embarrassing. Like, 95% of the other crap that happens in my life. So yeah, so like, I found a place to do that, and I couldn't pull the window up. It was so cold and it was just there. And I'm like, what am I going to do? This is going to be so embarrassing. I'm going to go park this in my driveway and people are going to like be passing by and be like, oh, why the hell is there a car window down when it's this cold out? And so I figured out that like if you flick it, like ding, 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 like, you know what I mean? Like you just take your finger and instead of like pressing the button, you just go whink, whink. And so I figured out that if I just did that multiple times, the window would go up like inch by inch. And 100 of 100 of those later, the fucking window is back up now. And I am not rolling that shit down anymore. I just had to say that. Like, that's how my week is already starting. But anyways, back to the Golden Bachelor. Does anybody, I don't remember if I just said this. Does anybody think that Gary's autistic, or is it just me? Because I don't know. There's something about him, and it's not even that he's emotional. It's not that he's very empathetic, because you don't have to be autistic to be those things. But something about him makes me think he's autistic. And I really like that dude. They found a good guy for it. But I am going to admit that, like, you know, for those of you who are aware of the show or watch it, the Women Tell All or the Men Tell All episodes are usually just drama fests. Like, they get the people together on the stage, they bring up all of the bad crap that happened, and then they make them talk about it and then fight amongst themselves. And then you get like 5% of like, but this is like the good stuff that happened. So that's how I always approach those going into those episodes. And with the Golden Bachelor, they just had one last week where all the ladies were on there. And I cried halfway through because they were so cute. And I feel kind of dumb because, like, no offense to anybody that's in their 20s, but, like, sometimes when I'm listening to somebody in their 20s, I'm like, oh, you just don't know yet. You know, like, you see things that they haven't yet because you've lived more life. Excuse me. I kind of feel that, like, if there's anybody older than me listening to this, you probably are feeling the same way or thinking the same thing. Like, oh, she just doesn't get it. But whatever. Does that make sense, what I just said? I don't know. But so they're on stage and they're being so nice to each other, and they're lifting each other up and supporting each other and saying like how this experience gave them hope that they'll be able to find somebody else like for the rest of their life. And then one lady, it was so sad the way that she worded it. And I don't remember the exact words, but I remember feeling like, oh my God, that's the best way you could describe something like that. And she had mentioned that when people are her age, it's like they're invisible and nobody sees them, and they're like kind of, you know, like written off in a way. And that is so sad and so true. And I wish that would be different. I wish that it wasn't like that. And it reminded me of when I worked in the adult care facility for a couple of years during college. I liked working during the holidays because half of the residents' families didn't come get them or do anything with them. And it's not like they didn't have family. Like, the majority of them had family members because, somebody had to have helped them get into the facility. And I would get it was just like this weird mix of, like, I like the holiday times, but also fuck those family members for not coming and spending time with, like, their loved one, or taking them, away even for the day. Like, you're just dumping them off in a facility somewhere, and, like, that's that. Like, that used to piss me off, and, like, I know that shit I don't know if that'll ever change, but, what are you doing? You want to say hi? No? Okay. It's a cat, not a person. So anyways, yeah, so when she said that made me so sad. And just society sucks. Like, this needs to change. I don't know how, but, like, this needs to just change. And then also, like, those ladies, they're so wise, and, like, because they've lived a lot of life, so, like, they have conflict between each other, just like younger people do, but, like, the difference is that they got over their drama, they worked through it, and, sometimes it took a bit, but, like, they were mature about it, and they had a lot of good, like, pieces of advice to give about different things. And it was also funny because they were just farting and talking about IBS problems. Like, they didn't even give a shit that anybody was around to hear them fart. Like, I mean, it must be so nice to just not give a crap like that. And it made, because I've been thinking about, like, what is it like to get older? Because I'm so curious about what happens when you die. And what do people's mindsets, like, what are they like when they're in their 70s and 80s? Like, are they ready to die? Are they, like, I'm always ready to die because anything can happen. So I just don't expect that I'm going to see tomorrow, because you never know. So I don't try to take days for granted. But I want to see more shows like this. I think there needs to be more visibility, because the more you see something, and I shouldn't say most. I'm sure a lot of people watch TV, and TV is where you're exposed to different stuff, like, and it becomes normalized because you see it all the time. And so I want more shows to be like this on TV. I hope they do one next with, like, an older lady. And also, like, if anybody is listening that works in the Bachelor franchise, this sounds so stupid and nobody's listening that works in the Bachelor, but just in case, can you stop making just straight shows? Can you mix it up a little bit and have, like, some lesbian Bachelor stuff, Bachelorette stuff? Can we get, like, some non-binary shows going? Like, I'm so tired of this, like, straight dynamic, but I can't stop watching the show. I know I'm still supporting it that way, but, like, still, like, please make different shows, make other shows that are like the Golden Bachelor, because people need to see that older people matter. And I feel bad because, like, I used to visit older people a lot, like neighbors and stuff. I would befriend them because I liked listening to their stories. They were good company, and also, like, I noticed that, like, nobody visited them, and I thought that was just, like, ridiculous. Like, just because you're older and sometimes you tell the same story 50 million times doesn't mean stop visiting. So, I used to do that a lot, and then I just, like, haven't. And I know I said that Janice next door is, like, a friend, and she is, but she's in her 70s. She counts as an older person, and I don't really visit her a lot, so I don't know what that's all about. So I feel kind of bad about that. But I just wanted to say, I think Gary's autistic. Does anybody else? And, what are you doing? Sorry. One of the cats took a shit and now they're running all over the place. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe this is like the turning point of this podcast. because I'm talking about like reality TV, but whatever. I just wanted to say, like, I am embarrassed that I cried for half of the Women Tell All episode with these older ladies, but it wasn't a bad cry. It felt so nice to see people just be nice to each other. And I don't know where the hell they found that Gary dude. Bless you. Go run around. I don't know where they found that Gary dude, but he's so nice. Like, what a nice guy. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't even imagine being that nice. He's like just so nice. Maybe if I keep working on myself, there's no racetrack over here. Go on. If I keep working on myself, maybe I'll be that nice if I get to live that old, to be that old. I don't know. I should just delete this episode, but I don't know. It's too late. I have some things on here I asked for help with, like, you know, that thing I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, and then it doesn't really matter if anybody emails me and says, yeah, I think Gary's autistic too, but, you know, it'd be great if I saw an email that did say that. So yeah, I'm going to be more planning of the episodes going forward and try not to do so many random ones. I say that now, but who knows what will happen. And I don't even know what the point of this episode was. I mean, I kind of do, but like I don't. And now I'm like, do I publish it? But now I just think that I should stop talking and just do it. The point of this episode was just to say, stop ignoring older people. It's just stop. And please make more shows like this so that we can see more older people, because they're people. Like, I wish people would just stop. I don't know if marginalizing is the right word, but like, I'm just tired of like people, hating people, or people ignoring people, or people thinking that they're above other people. Especially with like all the crap that goes on in this world, and it just seems to be getting worse. It's just because of hate. Like, I wish that it wasn't like that. I should stop, because this is going to turn into another episode. I was actually going to do an episode about like my inner world kind of thing, because I've had a lot of bizarre thoughts recently, but not anything to like, you know, call the authorities about. Don't worry about that. Maybe I'll do that the next episode. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. If anybody's still listening, I'm sorry. I hope this was relatable in some way. I don't know. Do I sound crazy? I'm not. It's like early in the morning, and by early, I mean it's 10:15. That's early for me. I gotta go. I'm not on anything. Okay, goodbye.